you in a sexless marriage? Watch this. Here it is. So many couples live in a sexless marriage where they lack intimacy, touch, connection, physical adoration, where couples struggle to be seen, to meet each other in a place of not only neutrality, but love and affection and connection. And one of the biggest hindrances to living and being in a sexless marriage is not knowing what you want, being afraid to express yourself, to be in your fantasy or your fantasies, to speak openly, communicate vulnerably to your partner because your confidence, your self-worth is low, because you come from trauma, you still are attached to the fear of rejection, abandonment, humiliation. There is an opportunity where at the crossroads, at an intersection of vulnerability and openness, with non-judgment and compassion existing, you can indulge in a sex-full marriage.
All right, there are 3 issues when you don't have sex in your marriage. Number 1, one of the spouses feel rejected. Whether you believe it or not, they feel rejected when you do not engage intimately with them. They feel like maybe you're looking at someone else, maybe you're not attracted to them, maybe you don't love them anymore, maybe you don't like them. Whatever's going on in your mind, they don't know. They just feel rejected, which then leads to resentment. In a relationship, then leads to isolation. Because when you resent someone, you don't want to spend time with them. So your spouse in a sexless marriage can go from feeling rejected to resentment to isolation. They begin to pull away from you and begin to lean into someone else. Maybe it's not even someone else. Maybe it's pornography. Maybe it's gambling. Maybe they just pull away from you and lean into divorce. Do yourself a favor. Have sex in your marriage. If you're going to have sex in your marriage, hit that follow button.
Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to go over the 4 biggest reasons of sexless marriages, using information on woman infidelity gathered by a female researcher. Essentially, she divides the relationship into stages, each of which represents a period during which a woman's emotions and desires shift, and she gradually loses interest in having sexual relations with her partner. These stages are easily distinguishable, and women can accurately guess where they currently stand. We as men must be aware of these phases in order to recognize them when they arrive and be ready for them. So let's dive in. In stage 1, women will begin to feel as though something is missing from their lives. They have everything they could want, including a wonderful husband, wonderful children, and a nice house. Many women at this age start to lose interest in having sexual relationships. In order to avoid having sexual relations with their husbands, they avoid any kind of physical contact. They will make excuses about their bodies to put off having sex and will not share a bed with their husbands. In their eyes, having sex is just another chore, on par with doing the laundry or going to the store. When their husbands touch them, some stage 1 women say they feel violated. When this happens, people often experience a physical reaction, such as a tightening in the chest or a sickening sensation in the stomach. Most women in the first stage of the disorder believe that they have fundamental flaws in their character and are unable to function properly because of them. They worry that their husbands will cheat on them, or worse, leave them because of their lack of sex interest. Right here is the beginning. She is now fully aware of the repercussions of being in a long-term relationship as the honeymoon phase has passed. Her tendency toward hypergamy is starting to emerge. The irony is that most women have no idea why they act this way. These things happen to them, and they don't take any accountability for it. In stage 2, a woman's slumbering desires are reawakened by an experience external to her marriage. Women tend to place a high value on their first experiences with a new man, regardless of whether they involve sex or a platonic friendship. The action is reminiscent of the one the woman in Titanic takes. She has been married for quite some time, but she still can't forget the affair she had with the boat guy. At this point, many women report having no desire for sexual activity. Guilt and remorse are emotions shared by many. This is something they are doing despite knowing it is wrong. For the vast majority, this is the beginning of what might be called an identity crisis. Continual prompts to do so are strewn about. They experience pangs of guilt whenever the subject of extramarital affairs is broached, whether it be in the news, amongst friends and family, or even at home with their husbands. In this phase of their lives, women feel hypocritical whenever they speak out against cheating. They are tempted to cheat and pursue risky sexual pleasure, but society is still able to keep them in check. When women start to doubt their good girl status, they may start to wonder if their husbands truly deserve them. There will be an increase in wives' levels of care and appreciation for their husbands as they strive to make amends for past indiscretions. However, there is a limit to how long she can maintain this facade. As a result, she will shift her emotions from gratitude to justification. This is especially true of women. To defend her behavior, she will offer a variety of excuses. Her justification for cheating will be that she was unsatisfied in the relationship, even though she was the one who initiated the conflict. As a result of her own disinterest in sexual activity, she has pushed him away physically. It's likely that women will develop a pessimistic and sarcastic attitude. Since she is unable to actively provoke discord, she will instead resort to passive tactics. It's inevitable that she'll nag and bring down the mood at home. And now she'll have an affair too. In stage 3, the women are having affairs or thinking about splitting up. If a woman is having an affair, she will feel emotions she has never felt before. They've found their soulmates, and life has given them new meaning. These ladies are convinced they found true love once more. They usually know that cheating is wrong and unfair to their husbands, but they can't seem to stop doing it. They will make a pact that this will be the final time they see their lovers before they actually see each other. However, they are notorious for not following through with their choice. After realizing they're addicted to the high brought on by the chemicals released during the courtship phase, women in stage 3 of an extramarital affair will often reach the conclusion that their partners are soulmates. For many, life is perpetually unsettled. Should I stay married? Maybe I should just get a divorce. Stage 3 women are constantly wondering this. In an effort to make their wives happy, husbands of women in stage 3 often make efforts such as increasing their level of attention, staying at home more often, and doing more housework. Despite the fact that women have complained in the past and still do today, the last thing that women in stage 3 want is to spend more time with their husbands. The quest for individuality is the driving force behind many women's decisions to abandon the desire for separation. They persuade their husbands that the only way things can get better is if they can spend some time apart, and their husbands agree. At this point in their lives, most women long to spend less time with their husbands and more time with their partners. Most people believe that their bafflement will clear up in time. They anticipate arriving at a final verdict regarding whether or not to remain married or to file for divorce and pursue romantic relationships with other people. By separating, these women can experience the excitement of their romantic relationships without risking the stability of their marriages. Many husbands of stage 3 women have no idea that their wives are cheating on them. In most cases, they don't suspect anything because they trust their wife and think she isn't sexually interested. At this juncture in their lives, women often prioritize nothing more than beginning a new relationship that will fulfill them emotionally. When you start dating someone new, it's like starting over. This is their chance to get back to being good girls again. When some women experience a breakup, they start looking for a new partner. While others will go back to their spouses physically, they will not go back emotionally. The most common misconception is that wives who feel their husbands are losing interest in them due to infidelity or divorce proceedings will suddenly develop newfound sexual feelings. This is extremely disturbing. In stage 4, the women can either decide to end their marriage or continue it while having extramarital affairs. Some of the women who carried on extramarital relationships justified their actions by claiming that having an affair enhanced their marital sex life. Women who chose divorce and were at the start of a new relationship often expressed relief at having made their decision and reported feeling normal again. The guilt they feel for abandoning their children and ex-husbands remains, however. A few years into her new marriage, she recognizes that she feels exactly the same way. It makes me want to throw up that she will presumably marry multiple people in rapid succession. There's no way to defeat her if you lose your composure. Women will fall back on the age-old ploy of claiming dissatisfaction with life. This is how she explains her infidelity. People will believe her when she goes public with her story. Despite the fact that studies show that more women than men cheat, many men continue to be blissfully unaware that their wives are having extramarital affairs. Women will continue to dig themselves deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole as they try to make sense of marriage. They are making excuses for something that cannot happen. She has no right to seek sexual satisfaction elsewhere or to depend on another man financially or for her safety. But instead of getting things done, she will procrastinate and complain about her cruel husband. As long as she can, she will put off starting the process. She'll realize she's losing, file for divorce, and come out ahead because the honest guy will have to start sending her half his pay. The experience leaves hundreds of men feeling angry and misogynistic. This cycle she'll be playing, thus she's sacrificing her appearance, and no one would dream of cheating on her. At that point, she'll be ready to settle down. If you're a married man and she ever says, "I'm not happy," you should be ready. Stop wasting time trying to make things better. Do not make any attempt to impress her by taking her out to a nice restaurant. You shouldn't talk to her like she's a normal person. The intensity of her feelings has her trapped. For you, that can only spell trouble. Put your cash elsewhere for the time being. Keep an eye on her whereabouts, tend to the kids, and be prepared to leave her before she destroys your life. That's all for today, guys. If you found value in this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button to get more dope content like this every day. Till next time.